It was amazing.
It was really beautiful to see that.
Well, somebody else who will support him is head coach Billy Donovan in his second season. I'm also excited to see how he does as he became so comfortable last year in the playoffs. He was an incredible head coach for this organization. It was so much fun to see him grow throughout the season, and I'm sure he's excited for his second season as well. Let's hear from him now as Billy Donovan is talking to all of the media here at Media Day.
How we progress and how we continue to build and move forward. Russell's obviously a guy that's been in this league for a long time, and he's played at a very, very high level for a long time. And I think from a leadership standpoint, what you want to be able to do is make the people around you better and compliment them. And I think the players around them have got to be able to compliment him. So I think developing and building an identity, a system, a style of play that we can kind of continue to work towards during the course of the year. We obviously have, some new players, and with those new players, that kind of that chemistry playing together, some of those things will take time. But we got a great group of guys. I really have enjoyed being around the guys that were not here last year, and getting a chance to spend some time with them during the off season. And I think we have really, really good, high quality character people, and I think going forward, will give us an opportunity to build their connection as it relates to playing with each other.
There's a lot of curiosity about the pace of play with Kevin gone. When Kevin was here, there was a lot of opportunity for him to use some one-on-one or to time slow it down, although you did run a lot. How would you address the pace issue and the possible change?
Well, I think we always want to play with pace. I think the one thing from a coaching perspective is you always have things I think you value that are important regardless of personnel. We would like to pushed the pace and the tempo. I think last year in transition, we were one of the better teams in terms of efficiency. Hopefully that can continue and that can become part of our identity in terms of how we play. But I think because of the speed and the quickness and the athleticism of the group, I really believe we can be a very good running team.
Coach, against Victor last year, what do you see him bringing to this program?
Well, this is probably one of these recruiting situations when he was in high school playing the power forward spot. I recruited Victor a little bit, and he'll tell you I made a mistake because I didn't offer him a scholarship. It probably was a huge mistake. But I think the thing with Victor is he's a great guy. He's obviously played a lot since his rookie year in Orlando. I think Victor is looking to try to come in and contribute and help any way he can. Certainly the thing that jumps out at you right away is just his motor, his energy, and the way he competes. And I think defensively he's a guy in the backcourt that gives us a really, really another solid perimeter and defender. And I think his game offensively, just being in the league and playing as much as he's had the opportunity to play early on in his career, he's continued to develop and evolve as an offensive player.
Billy, obviously.
Starters from last year's team. What are you looking for in your starting lineup as you go through training camp?
Well, one of the things I want to do is not necessarily pass any judgment on anybody, because some of these guys I have not coached before and I've seen them on tape, but how they fit in and how they all complement each other. So the one thing I do like is I think we have flexibility. I think we have length and size and physicality in our front court. I do think that we can, with the way Andre has evolved as a player, is maybe do some different things with him in terms of size lineups, his flexibility. But in terms of the lineups right now, I really haven't really spent much time, because I don't want to do that going in where you have, Sabonis, is new, and Joffrey is new, Ersan is new, Victor's new. You have a lot of new guys, and I think just to come in without giving those guys a chance to play and compete in training camp, and that's what training camp's for, to see how it all works together, how guys complement each other, and then you got to look at, second unit, how you're going to sub and those kind of things. So that would be probably something in training camp and through the preseason we had a chance to evaluate.
Do you anticipate experimenting, especially the first early months of the season, experimenting with those lineups?
I think you have to do some of that. I know last year I tried to do some, just looking at different things. I think you want to do that. But with that group, you want to certainly, when you do that, play to an identity. But I think you'd want to at least feel like as a coach you're exhausting the whole roster and looking at a lot of different things and keeping guys engaged. And I really believe in the process of going through a season, everybody plays a really important role in different points in time in the year. And I think being able to keep guys engaged, and I think I made a comment last year, about a Nick Collison or an Anthony Morrow. Like, I always respected and admired their ability to stay ready, maybe when they weren't playing for a period of time, and then they got injected back in there. So I think keeping the roster in terms of the flexibility of, looking at different things. And I'm sure it's all going to change, from here to there. There's things that we changed, last year, in terms of rotations and substitutions. I mean, our starting lineup played pretty consistent, but just, trying to look at different lineups and different things. And, we'll have to do some of that through the preseason and do that maybe some inside the year just to see if we can get a full complement of guys playing together and how that looks.